everyone, my name is Noah Meehan, and I'm back on The Art Truth after a 2-week hiatus. Sorry about that, I was preparing for my 26th birthday, and I was given a good political gift on September 25th, which coincidentally was the day of my birth. And that gift came in the form of the Italian election, with a clear wipeout for the center-right coalition. They managed to gain, according to Reuters, I'm already looking at this article, and I apologize for that. Uh, the center-right coalition's results, they managed to obtain 43.8% of the vote. And among the center-right coalition, the Brothers of Italy won the most votes than Lega, Forza Italia, and the moderates combined, with 26% of the votes. This means that the center-right coalition is absolutely going to dominate the parliaments, or both houses of the Italian parliament, and it's looking like that it may actually become a potentially stable coalition. I'm not entirely certain that's going to be the case because, well, Italian politics has been very shaky pretty recently. In fact, the very reason why this election actually occurred was due to the collapse of another previous coalition, and of course the resignation of the previous prime minister of Italy, which in turn led to snap elections, aka this one. So the center-right coalition managed to obtain 43.8% of the votes. Brothers of Italy 26%, which is led by the Giorgia Meloni, who of course the mainstream media is trying to smear her as being the most right-wing politician since World War II. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Basically, they're comparing her to Benito Mussolini. Where have we seen this before? Oh, right. Donald Trump, comparing him to Hitler, comparing his speeches to being Hitlerian. If you remember on January 20th of 2017, as the Obamas were leaving the White House, how MSNBC called his speech Hitlerian, of course. But honestly, this does not deny the fact that, despite the fact that they constantly try to smear her, as well as her party, this does not deny the fact that there is so many issues in regards to why Italy decided to choose the center-right coalition. In fact, honestly, you can see this being built up years in advance. You can start with back in 2011 in the form of the refugee crisis, where a lot of illegal immigrants and a lot of refugees were just swarming all over Europe, going from North Africa to either Spain, Italy, of course in this case, and even through Greece. And this has become a major political issue, especially for members within the European Union. I know that Hungary and Poland have been getting a lot of flack from Brussels over this very specific issue, despite the fact that, honestly, considering that I'm a conservative and as well as a civic and cultural nationalist, they are within their rights as a sovereign nation to do so. Especially considering the fact that due to this problem, there has been, problems with assimilation and a lot of problems that have occurred within the European Union. Sometimes even with terrorists actually using this opportunity to attack Europe itself. We have seen this before in a few places. I recall even Nice, France being attacked prior to Donald Trump being elected into the presidency. I believe that was I believe that was around July 14th, 2016, if I'm correct about that. But regardless, that was just one issue. Immigration is such a major issue. The other issues are also in regards to the Italian economy, which has been slowed down thanks to the fact that due to the COVID pandemic, as and with the lockdownerism, which honestly also occurred here in the United States, although unlike in Italy, it was the governors that actually implemented quarantine measures and stay-at-home orders, not the federal government. Although that is what Italy did for the rest of the country, and that grounded to a standstill, causing a lot of unemployment, a lot of low production, and so on. That has also become a major issue. And plus, there's the issue of the relationship of Italy with the European Union. And this is one of the highlights that the Brothers of Italy managed to take advantage of. They believe in the idea of a confederated Europe, not a federated Europe. And basically where they tried to get the EU to devolve power back to the sovereign nations as it should be. In all honesty, I'm completely fine with that. I think, although in my personal view as an American commentator, American conservative commentator, I believe that the EU should remain only an economic union. Forget the politics, forget all that. Because honestly, I believe that the European Union is just going to fail. Even if they do manage to somehow succeed in federalizing the rest of Europe. One, it's a big continent. Two, there are multitudes of different European cultures, from Poland to Germany to Spain to Portugal, and not all of them are exactly, well, not exactly what's the correct word? They're not exactly they prefer to well, you get my point. You get my point anyway. Well, there's there may be kind of a disconnect, a major favoritism, and definitely a different interest in being involved in regards to the European Union, a federal Europe of sorts. I mean, this isn't like the United States. Even when we were at our most divisive, arguably with the Civil War, there was still some common ground in regards to culture, in terms of language, and even to some government systems. Even though there was the issue of slavery and a few other regards to that with the Civil War, but nonetheless, it's still, the point still stands that a lot of nations would just feel as though they're being taken for granted. In fact, this has been feeling, a lot of nations, again, like Poland and Hungary, have been feeling the same way. We're already seeing a lot of popular support being given to a lot of quote-unquote far-right candidates. You got the National Rally in June with Marine Le Pen trying to take the presidency. Unfortunately, she failed. The Swedish Democrats actually rising in popularity and gained a few seats within the Swedish parliament. And now, Italy. Italy has the center-right coalition in control. And in all honesty, I don't see this trend happening. In fact, I would argue that this would be a potential bellwether for here in the United States. I know that European politics is completely different, especially with Italy. I mean, after all, they have a parliamentary system, and they have been having what Matteo Salvini calls door-revolving governments, which is basically short-term governments that honestly do not fulfill their long-term. They don't fulfill their 5-year term in office without having to call it snap elections. But nonetheless, consider that there are some similarities in regards to the issues that are happening here in the United States. There's the immigration issue. There is the issue of a disconnect between the states and the federal government, especially in regards to COVID, in regards to the economy, in regards to inflation, and just a few other issues that honestly, if you were to compare Italy and the United States, they would be basically the same in regards to the same political issues. Now, I'm hopeful that considering the amount of support that the Sarah Right Coalition managed to get, that they will succeed and hopefully end this policy of having an unstable government and having to call constant snap elections. I am hopeful that this government will actually do good for Italy. We'll just have to wait and see. But of course, with the mainstream media does not want to think so. They just want to continue to promote Giorgia Meloni as if she's the next incoming Benito Mussolini. And honestly, this is not going to work. But the voters have already spoken. They've already got the Sarah Right Coalition. And honestly, not only are they going to have a grand opportunity of passing their own legislation, they also are going to, in my opinion, help rebuild Italy, especially with their promises of tax cuts, of trying to reform the tax system, the pension system, and dealing with the issue of illegal immigration, and even with the issue of Brussels. I hope that that these results in Italy spell a wake-up call, not only with the EU, with the fact that there's a lot of discontent, there's a lot of discontent within the member nations, but also conservatives around the world, knowing that right now, the idea of nationalism and populism, especially like that of here in the United States, of Make America Great Again, remains strong. My name is Noami, hand on the Arc Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, subscribe, and share with friends. Also, if you have any issues in regards to my videos, such as how I speak, or stuttering, or improving the quality of the camera, or the mic, or anything like that, please post it down in the comment section down below, or directly message me. Thank you.
Almost heaven.